Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. My name is Naveen, and today we'll be looking at important DILR topics under games and tournament. And this is the part 2 of this series, and this is for CAT 2023 aspirants. So we'll be looking at a couple of good LRDI sets that have come before in CAT exam. Okay, we will see how to attempt such questions and how are we going to, start. How should we proceed? Now, some of the LR or DI, they both are, the kind of puzzles wherein you need to understand what it is all about. So whatever raw info is given to you, data is given to you. It's not information as of now. So whatever raw data is given to you, you need to make some sense out of it. Once you make some sense out of it, then you need to understand, do you need a re-representation of it? For example, sometimes we are given a DI set which includes, let's say, pie chart and a line graph as well. So it's a mixed graph. But looking at the line graph and the pie chart, we won't be able to do the calculations quicker, or there are some parts that we will not understand. So we will have to re-represent it in a tabular format. So we'll have to draw a table, fill in the values in the table from that pie chart and the line graph, right? So that re-representation sometimes we have to do. Okay. In the case of LR, many times we are given simple, language based set, more like a comprehension based. There is no representation of it. Then we need to understand how can we represent that particular language or whatever data is given to us. That is the critical part. Also understanding from the language, comprehending, making a story out of it so that we ourselves can understand things better. So the easier you make sense out of a set, the easier it gets and quicker you solve. So we will look into two such sets today. Okay. So this is the first set. I'll have to hide myself for this. Yeah. Hi Tarun, Priyanshi, Ajay, Harsh. Yeah. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So the set is 10 players as listed in the table below participated in a rifle shooting competition comprising of 10 rounds. Each round had 6 participants. Players numbered 1 through 6 participated in round 1. Players 2 through 7 in round 2. Players 5 through 10 in round 5. Players 6 through 10 in round players 6 through 10 and 1 in round 6. Players 7 through 10, 1 and 2 in round 7, and so on. So what they are telling us is in the first match, 6 participants. So 1 to 6 ne khela. Next wale mein 2 to 7. Next wale mein 3 to 8. Next wale mein 4 to 9. So every time there are 6 participants. Next wale mein 5 to 10. Now, once we reach until the end of 5 to 10, ab kaun 6 log khelenge? It's the turn of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to play. These are only 5 people. This 6 person turns out to be the guy. So it's a cyclic process. So player number 1 pe wapas aayenge. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1. Then the next round is going to be played between 7, 8, 9, 10. Ye 4 log ho gaye. And then 1 and 2. So that you have 4 people here and another 2 people there. So it's a cyclic process, right? The top 3 performances in each round were awarded 7, 3 and 1 points respectively. And there were only 3 top performances. It's not ki 6 mein se har kisi ko kuch na kuch mila. See, in every round 6 players are playing, right? And only 3 are being awarded. And the points that are awarded are also 7, 3 and 1. It's not a typical 2, 1 and 0. Okay? There is a huge difference between the first and the second guy. Next, there were no ties in any of the 10 rounds. Means no 2 people will get 3, no 2 people will get 7, no 2 people will get 1. Now, the table below gives the total number of points obtained by the 10 players after round 6 and round 10. So, after round 6, A had these many points, B had these many, C had these many, and so on. And after round 10 also, these many points they had. So, this is after 10, matlab round number 7, 8, 9, 10 May, if I look at Amita, she had 8 points up to round 6. In the next 4 rounds, she was able to add 10 more points to her score. So that eventually there were 18 points for A, right? The following information is known about rounds 1 through 6 and the following information is known about rounds 7 through 10. अब आती है बात, so this is the entire set. Now the important part or the critical part is how are we going to represent कि ये 10 लोग हैं and in these 10 people the first round will happen between players 1 to 6, then 2 to 7, then 3 to 8, 4 to 9, 5 to 10, 6 to 10 and 1, 7 to 10 and 1 2, 8 to 10 and 1 2 3. तो ये cycle कैसे बनाया जाए, right? That's the critical part. So we can draw this, we can understand this, we can represent this if we draw a matrix where we will write down the names of the players और या फिर player का number और round number 1 2 3 4 ऐसे कर लो आप. Now round number 1 में what will happen? The first 6 people will be playing. Next round में the next 6 people are going to play. इसका मतलब ये नहीं खेलेगा, right? So player number 1 will not be playing. So a grid-like scenario. If you have done games and tournaments, you may have come across such a scenario when we do round robin, है ना? League matches खेलते हैं तो उस तरह से we draw a matrix. So something like this, right? These are players and these are rounds. Okay. So round number 1 में we have A, B, C, D, E, F. These 6 people play. Round number 2 में the next 6 people play. Next 6 मतलब from B onwards. Round number 3 में next 6 people. 4 में next 6. 5 में next 6. 6 में last के 5 और back to है. फिर अब इधर के 2 लोग और नीचे 4 लोग. So representing it in this format with the points being awarded in after 6 rounds and after 10 rounds, it will become very, very easy to now interpret it as well as to fill the matrix, to fill the grid. Okay, in which round who got how many points. ठीक है? तो चलो, let's read the statements and start filling this up. Do remember कि points awarded क्या 7-3-1 है. Okay, and there were no ties. Now, A पे शुरू करते हैं. Let's begin with A. A played only 2 rounds in the first 6 rounds, है ना? And he was able to score 8. How is it possible कि 8 बनेगा? So obviously it's going to be 1 and 7. That's the only possibility. Which one is 1? Which one is 7? No idea. Right? So A में 1 7 तो आएगा, पर किधर 1 किधर 7 नहीं पता. So what I will do is I'll write it like this. 1 or 7 and 7 or 1. Let's look at B. And now we are only looking at up to round 6. We are not looking throughout. ठीक है? अब B को देखते हैं. B is supposed to get overall 2 points and the marks and the scores awarded are 7, 3 and 1. So the only possibility is 1, 1. Right? ऐसे ही 2 बनेगा. You can't put 2, 0 क्योंकि 2 तो किसी को नहीं दे रहा. Now the thing is, in the first round, if somebody has already got 1, then somebody else can't get 1. I hope you do understand that in every round, ये जो 6 लोग खेलेंगे, इसमें से किसी एक को 1 आएगा, किसी को 3, किसी को 7. Since we definitely know that B is going to receive 1, so A cannot receive 1. If A cannot receive 1, so obviously A will receive a 7 here and A will receive a 1 in the 6th round. अब यहाँ ध्यान रखना, in the first round, somebody is going to get a 3, C, D, E, F में से. Who? No idea. Let's look at C. C needs a 3. Now 3 is going to be 1, 1, 1 एक possibility है and the other is 3, 0, 0. We don't know that. कि 3 किधर होगा? It can be in the first round, it can be in the second, it can be in the third. Next we need a 6. 6 we can have is 3 triple 1. But 3 triple 1 करो आप 1, 1, 3, 1 करो. 1 in the second round is already there. So obviously we can't have 3 triple 1. The only possibility we can have is 3, 3, 0 for D. 6 वैसे ही बना सकते. Let's look at E. E is supposed to get a 3. We can have 3 1s here. बिल्कुल possible है. Or we can have 3, 0, 0, 0, 0. ठीक है? ये भी चलेगा. मैं इसको थोड़ा ऐसे लिख देता हूँ, 4 गेम खेले ना तो 3-3-0-0. So in the case of E, we are either going to have 1-1-1 या फिर we are going to have a 3. Okay, I'm erasing the places, the zeros. ये ना ज़्यादा जगह ले लेगा. So C is supposed to get a 3. It can be just by using 1-3. D is supposed to get a 6. The only possibility is 3-3. E is supposed to get a 3. We can have two possibilities. It's either 1-1-1 or it can be just a simple 1-3. Okay, let's look at F. F is supposed to get a 10. Now there are so many places left. We can have 7-1-1, we can have 7-3-0-0s, we can have 3-3-3-1. बहुत कुछ हो सकता है, right? 17 again, we can have a lot of cases. 17 का हमारे पास what we can do? I think for 17, with only 5 rounds to play, you can't take 3s. If I take a 7 and if I take a 3, this is 10. 10-3-3-1, this is going to be 17. Or we can have 7-7-3. तो इसका भी कुछ guarantee है नहीं. Let's leave this. H is supposed to get a 1. H cannot get a 1 here, so I will erase it. Right? H is going to get 1 in either one of these three. I is supposed to get a 2. 2 can only come with 1 and 1. I cannot get anything here. Right? तो I को 1 इधर ही मिलेगा. Since these two get 1 and 1, so the only one of H will come from here, the others are 0. So you can see in the first round, second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth, in each round we do see a 1. Agar 1 already use ho chuka hai, that means E cannot use 111 here. E is only going to use a 3. That also tells us that the 17 ka combination, if you remember, I said we can have 7-3-3-1 or we can have 7-7-3. 7-3-3-1 is not allowed because no matter where I put 1, in that round 1 is already taken in. So we can only have 7-7-3 right now for G. So 7-7-3, ऐसे ही 17 बन सकता है. Now similarly for 10, we can't have 3-3-3-1. The only way we can have 10 is 7 and 3. Next, we need a 14. Now, for a 14, the only possibility is 7 and 7. So, 7 is done in 6th round, 7 is done in 5th round. Actually, 7 and 1 dono ho chuka hai. There is a 3 missing here. So, if you look at G, G needs to put in 2 7s, right? And those 2 7s can come at इनमें से कहीं से. And that 1, 7 and 3 can come from here, 3 can. So there are a lot of ways by which this can happen, right? Now, in order to fill up to 6th round, let's read the statements. Okay. So the two statements here about Gordon and Eric Fatima, it's about only from rounds 1 through 6. Gordon did not score consecutively in any 2 rounds. So if I look at Gordon, this 7-7-3 has to be alternate. Now I can't put a 7 here. So the only place I can put 7-7 are these two, and this has to be 3. Now the moment Gordon ka 7-7-3 is done, the others are obviously 0. If you look at 6th round, we do see 1, 3 and 7, all 3 of them. That means this is 0. Okay, so we're done with the first statement right now. And we're also done with Gordon. Let's erase that. Eric and Fatima both scored in a round. So if I look at Eric and Fatima, they both have to score. Obviously, they both cannot score 3 in the same round. So एक round में 7 होगा, एक round में 3 होगा. Now you can't put a 7 and a 3 here. You can't put 7 or a 3 here. You can't put 7 or a 3 here. इधर भी नहीं आ सकता. So the only place we can put 7 or a 3 is this. कि ये 7 होगा and this is going to be 3. So that Eric and Fatima, they both scored in the same round, which is round number 3. And they can't score the same number, right? 3-3 नहीं हो सकता. So we have everything filled out for Eric. So let's give 0 to the other rounds. Eric ने कुछ नहीं कमाया. Now Fatima has a 7 here. That means we can put 0 above. If you look at round number 5 now, round number 5 mein there is only one cell vacant. We already have 7 and 1 there. Left over is 3. So Fatima ka 3 must necessarily come in that. So we will put zeros here because Fatima, the 7-3 we are done with. Next, we need a 3 in the fourth round. So this 3 is done. So एक 3 का काम हो गया. Now, we need a 3 in the first round, we need a 3 in the second round, and C has to put in a 3 and D also has to put in a 3. So, अगर C का इधर 3 होगा तो D का 3 इधर होगा. And D का इधर 0 और C का इधर 0. Or if C is 0 here, C is going to be 3 here, D is going to be 0 here, and D is going to be 3 here. So 3003 for C and 0330 for D. So up to round 6, we were able to identify except for 4 cells, सबका definite पता चल गया. Why not 7331 for F? Sri Harsha, if I give 7-3, you're talking about F. F we can't. I think you're talking about G, Harsha, right? Not F. If you look at G, you need a 17, and for 17 you need 73331. So Harsha, if you see, there is already 1 in every round. So wherever you put this 1, in that round 2 people will get the same score, which is not allowed because there were no ties. Which means no 2 people got the same score in every round. So this is like a Sudoku wherein you are supposed to look at the columns where each column should have a 1, a 3 and a 7. That's it. 7 and 3 is already there. That means you can't put 1. Sorry, you can't put them again. You can only put 1. Row wise, every person's combination is given there. And since the scores are, 1, 3 and 7, very small and very large numbers, you will not get a lot of possibilities or cases here. Okay, I hope this is done. Harsh, I think this set has been done, but ये शायद class में हुआ होगा. Online, I don't think I have done this. Anyways, let's fill up 7 to 10. So we need another 10 here. So another 10 we can have is 7, 3 से कर सकते हैं. 3, 3, 3, 1 is a possibility, right? So we don't know about A. Let's look at B. 5. 5 can only happen if we end up taking 3, 1, 1. और कोई चारा है भी नहीं, right? We can't do anything else. 6. 6 we can have is 3, 3. That's it. We can't do much about it. Can we do 3, 1, 1, 1? No. Only 3 rounds that C has to play. Now we need a 6 for, okay, sorry. This is the final result, no? So 2 se 5 jana hai, so this is a 3. Now we can have a 3 by taking just a 3 or 3 ones. 3 to 6, that is additional 3. Again, 3 ones or a single 3. 6 to 6, this is 0. That means these two are 0. 3 to 10, that means additional 7. This has to be 7. 10 to 10, obviously, Fatima did not get a chance to play. 17 to 17, so this is 0. So this remains 0. 1 to 4, this is a 3 addition. So the only possibility we can have is a 3. Because we have only 2 cells to fill, right? We can't put 1, 1, 1. Next, 2 to 17, that's an addition of 15. Now 15 in 3 cells, we can only do is 7, 7 and 1. There is no other combination that we can make 17. 14 to 17, that's an addition of 3. And we can have 3 in 2 ways, either just a 3 or 3 ones. Okay. Okay. We don't know what to fill first. 7, 7, 1 hoga in for I, or where should I put a 3 for H? Let's reuse the additional statements here. No player scored in all the 4 rounds. As in, I can't take this 10 as 3, 3, 3, 1, because if I do this, then all the 4 rounds are going to be utilized. So the combination of 10 can't be 3 times 3 and 1. The only possibility we have is 7 and 3. 7 and 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, right? Okay. 3 का कोई combo नहीं है, 15 का is not there, 3 का not there. So this helped us. Joshin scored in round 7. Joshin as in J scored in round 7. While Amita scored in round 10. Amita scored in round 10. So if Amita scores in round 10 and Amita can only put in scores 7 and 3, since 7 is already there in round 10, the only combo we can have is 3 here, right? Okay. When Joshin scored in round 7, we can have a 1 here or we can straight away have a 3. हमें नहीं पता है, right? So it's not really helpful about Joshin. Amita के केस में तो ये काम कर गया. Okay. First statement, only 2 players scored in 3 consecutive rounds. One of them was Chen. So if I need Chen to score 3 points overall in 3 consecutive, the only combination we can have is 1-1-1. So ये 1-1-1 हो जाता है. Now the moment we have 1-1-1 and if we look at round number 10, 1-3-7, all 3 numbers are visible. That means the others will have a 0 there. That also tells us that only a 1 is going to be there in round number 7 and that 1 is supposed to be from I. I is supposed to put a 1. I cannot put a 1 in round number 9 because it's from Chen already. Can't put 1 in round number 8 because Chen already has that. So I ka 1 will be here. That means these 2 7s will go there. So we can say that now 2 players, and those 2 players are Chen and I think I is Ike here, who scored in 3 consecutive rounds. They did. And no other player scored in any 2 consecutive rounds. So 2 consecutive bhi nahi allowed hai. Now if you pay attention, 1 is done in all the 4 rounds, 7 is done in all the 4 rounds. We are only left with 3s. 3 is already there in 10th round, right? And there is 1 7 that is missing. It has to be round number 7 for A, the other 2 being 0. Now we need to put a 3. 3 can go in any of these 2. This 3 can go in any of these 3. That 3 can go in any of this. Okay, how should we place it? 3. Suppose I put a 3 here. This 3 can go here and that 3 can come here. So we'll have 7-1-3, 7-1-3, 7-1-3, 7-1-3. सारे हो जाएंगे. Right? This 3 is supposed to be a 3 and this 3 is supposed to be a 3. And we have already placed 7 and 3. Is there any more statement that we are missing? No. And since they are not supposed to score in any 2 consecutive rounds, so if we are supposed to put single 3s, तो ये तो ऐसे भी काम नहीं करने वाला, नहीं. Shall we leave it as such? Because I'm not sure that we will be able to, specifically put in a 3 at a particular place. It depends. इन तीनों का 3 किधर जाने वाला है. Let's reread the statements. Hold on. Only 2 players scored in 3 consecutive rounds. One of them was 10. Other players scored in 2 rounds. Joshin scored in round 7. Oh, okay. I should not have removed it. Joshin scored around 7, so this one is going to be 3. Obviously, it's not putting. ठीक है. This turns out to be 3, तो ये fill हो गया. And H is supposed to put a 3. So this will take up a 3. And B will take up a 3. Okay, I was missing this statement. And Amita scored in round 10. This is something we already did, isn't it? Okay. So should have reread this statement. So the only place where we are not sure is round number 1 and 2 mein, between C and D, who got score of 3, right? Let's look at the questions now. What were the scores of C, D, E respectively after round 3? C, D, E after round 3. So C will have a 3, D will have a 3, E will have a 3. All three of them are going to have 3. So B ho jayega 3, 3, 3. Next, which 3 players were in the last 3 positions after round 4? After round 4, the last 3 positions. A was already at 7, B was already at 2, C was at 3, D was at 6, E was at 3, F was at 7, G was at 14, H was at 1, I was at 1, J ka 0 tha. So we're talking about last 3 positions. So last 3 positions being HIJ. So HIJ is there in option A. Next, which player scored points in maximum number of rounds? Okay. So for maximum number of rounds, if I look at A scored in 4 rounds, B scored in 3, C scored in 4, D scored in 1, 2, E scored in 2, F scored in 1, 2, G scored in 3, H scored in 2, I scored in 5. So I think this is the highest, and J scored in only 3 rounds. So it's going to be I kiya. Okay. Next, which player scored points in the last round? So in the last round, it was A, C and E, alternate people, right? A, C, E. So 10th round mein A, C, E ne kara tha. So A, C, E, option A again. Okay. So these were the 4 questions. Next one. The high-low game is a 4-player game played in 6 rounds. In every round, each player chooses to bid high or low. The bids are made simultaneously. If all 4 bid high, then all 4 lose 1 point each. So if we get 4 H, each one gets a -1 respectively. If 3 players bid high and 1 bids low, then the players bidding high gain 1 point, while the low one loses 3 points each. If 2 players bid high and 2 bid low, then the players bidding high gain 2 each and -2 for low ones. If 1 player bids high and 3 players bid low, high will gain 3 points and low will lose 1 point each. And if all 4 bid low, then all 4 gain 1 point each. Okay, let's quickly reread it and verify. If all 4 bid high, then all 4 lose 1 point each. If 3 players bid high and 1 bids low, then the players bidding high gain 1 point and the player bidding low loses 3 points. It says player bidding low, so har ek ka 3 hoga minus. If 2 players bid high, 2H and 2 low, then the players bidding high gain as in +2 and the players bidding low lose 2, so -2. If 1 player bids high and 3 bid low, so high wala ka +3 and low wale ka 1 point each reduction, lose. And all 4 will gain 1 point. So there are 4 players, A, B, C and D. They are playing the game. The following facts are known about their game. At the end of the 3 rounds, Arun had scored 6 points, Deepak 2, B and C 2 each. At the end of 6 rounds, Arun had scored this. Deepak's score in 3rd round was less than this, and so on and so forth. So again, representation. So we should be drawing something like this कि ये ABCD, these are the 4 players, and we are talking about 3 rounds first of all, where the score after the 3 rounds of A is 6 and 2 each, and then we are talking about at the end of the 6th round, so we have another 3 rounds. Arun had scored 7 points, so final point 7, Bunking and Deepak with a negative H, and Charu had scored a -5. So this is very similar to the one that we just saw, jahan par intermediate scores are given to us. And then we have certain conditions. So let's draw it like this. Okay. अब यहाँ पर we will have to, in second it is 1, 1 minus 3. Acha, okay, got it. Because we have 3 highs, no? मैं ऐसे भी repeat करने ही वाला था. So 3 highs will get +1 and 1 minus 3. So देखा जाए तो इसका जो overall sum है, if I talk about sum, this is -4, the next one is 0, 0, 0 and then +4. Okay. So these are the changes. So in order to remember, I'll write it here. 4 highs would mean -1, -1, -1, -1. 3 highs and a low would mean +1, +1, +1 and then a -3. 2 highs and 2 low would mean 2 + 2 while 2 - 2. A single high and 3 low would mean +3 and 3 -1s, I believe, right? And all 4 lows would mean 4 + 1s. Okay. Now, since we know all of this, let's understand. So statement 1 says at the end of the 3 rounds, Arun had scored 6 points, Deepak 2, and each of them had scored. Acha, it says -2. Okay, it's -2. That's what I was thinking. If Deepak had scored 2 and Bunky and Charu also 2, तो ये कैसे चलेगा? Actually, Deepak had scored 2 points and Bunky and Charu had scored -2. So यहाँ पे एक dash इधर minus था. Anyways, that's the visual error because of the PPT, not because of the question. And the third statement says Deepak's score in the 3rd round was less than his score in the 1st round. So we know that D2 was less than D1, but it was more than D3. So इस order में है D1, D2, D3. This is the order in which he has scored. And we are supposed to get 2 points as well. So how can we get 2 points also for Deepak? And we need to put in 3 numbers. 3 number भी चाहिए और वो भी चाहिए. So we need to see the numbers that we have in our hand. Those are -1, +1, +2, +3, +1. Right? These are the, sorry, +1 is already there. So these are the 4 values that we have. Now, out of these 4 values, we can have Deepak getting the lowest, as in D3. So this is going to be -1. D2 is going to be +1 and D1 is going to be +2. If I add this, will I get a 2? Yes, 2 aa jayega. If I do a -1 and then +2 and +3, will I get a 2? No. अभी ध्यान दोगे ना, you will realize that in order to get a 2 overall, if they both are taken into consideration, their sum is going to be 0. And if you need a 2, you are supposed to get a +2. Right? This is the only way. Because if you take a -1 and if you try to get a +2 by taking any 2 values out of here, you will not get it. Because -1 का counter +1 hai, it will make it 0. You need a 2 overall. So you need to bring in +2. You can't have a +3. नहीं allowed होगा. So we can put these values here. So D1 is going to be a +2, D3 is going to be a -1 and D2 is going to be a +1. So हमारे पास ये D की वैल्यू आ गई. I hope that is not an issue. +2, -1, +1. Okay. Now, how can we get a 6? If we need a 6, so we can have +1, +2, +3. If we take all the positive ones, right? Can I take +2, +2, +2 as well? ये भी चल सकता है. Can I take a +3, +3 and then a 0? No. We can't, we don't have a 0. So we can't have 2 +3s that will add up to give us a 6. These are the two possibilities. 1, 2, 3 या 2, 2, 2 ले लो. Now, if I'm going to take a 2, 2, 2 for A, so that would mean it is high, high, low, low ka combo, right? Let's write it down. So if I give 2, 2, 2 to A, so A is high, sorry, he's going to be high here, he's going to be high here, he's going to be high here, and D is a high here, so these two are going to be low. Low mein what do we get? -2. If 2 is given to A in round 2 also, so we should only see 2 and -2, no? How come we are seeing -1? So can we also now guarantee, can we be sure that we can't have 6 coming out of 3 2s? Because 2s is only going to be accompanied with -2s. We do see a +2, but we don't see a -2. We rather see a -1 and a +1. So we can't have 2, 2, 2. Okay. So what can we have here? We can have 1, 2 and 3. If you see a +3, then +3 should have a -1, right? All should be a -1. Can we say this is only possible if round 2 is going to be +3? Because -1 idhar hi dikh raha hai. And the other two are also going to be a -1. So this is a sequence of high, low, low, low. Okay, so +3 has been placed. Now, if I'm going to put a +2, so +2 is high, high, low, low. So +2 aa gaya. So if I have 2 +2s, I will need 2 -2s. That means this is 2 highs and 2 lows. Now I need a +1. Now the problem here is कि +1 से तो बहुत आ सकते हैं, right? We can have triple HL, we can have 4 times L. बहुत सारे में, as in there are 2 possibilities. We are pretty sure कि A is going to have a +1 because that is the only missing from 6. 2 and 3 we are already written. So we are going to have 2 +1s. In triple HL as well as in all 4 Ls, we have +1s enough. Let's look at B and C. If I need a -2, I'm supposed to have a +1. If I need a -2, I'm supposed to have a +1. This will force us having 4 1s here. That means it is 4 times low. So low, 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 low round 3 mein hai. Round 2 mein we have high, low, low, low. Right? And round 1 mein we have got high, low, low and high. I hope this part is clear. I only read the first statement and the third statement. I first of all figured out D, then I figured out A, and automatically B and C अपने आप count हो जाता है, ऐसे अपने आप निकल कर आ जाता है आंसर, right? Okay, let's look further now. Round 4, 5 and 6. Now, second point says at the end of 6 rounds, Arun had scored 7 points. So there's an addition of +1 here. And -2 से -1 आना है for Bunkin, so that is +1. And from 2 से -1 आना है, so that's a reduction of -3. And C has to go from -2 to -5. There is a further reduction of -3. ठीक है? Okay. So that is our second point. Fourth point says in exactly 2 of the 6 rounds, Arun was the only player who bid high. So Arun has already bid high in exactly 2 rounds. That means the other people are going to bid high in either 1 round, definitely not in 2 rounds. So they're going to bid high in 1 round, or they're going to bid high in more than 2, right? So acha, it says only player. So can we say that H triple L has to be again used? है ना? H triple L फिर से use होगा, in which Arun is definitely going to put in a high. ये तो fix है. Which round is it? No idea. So what I'm doing is मैं इसको ऐसे लिख देता हूँ. ठीक है? I'm clubbing them. So I don't know which one is round 4, which one is round 5, which one is round 6. Sequence नहीं पता मेरे को. Okay. So Arun is going to have a high and the others are going to have a low. कौन सा round? No idea. So H triple L. So this is exactly 2 rounds where Arun was the only player who bid high. मतलब H triple L की बात कर रहे हैं. ठीक है? So we are done with the fourth statement as well. So we already are at +3 for Arun. We need a +1. So +1 we can't have a -2 and 0 क्योंकि 0 तो है नहीं. The only way we can reach there is by putting a -1 and a -1. है ना? और तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते हम यहाँ पे. +3 and -2. Okay. Can we do +3, -3 and +1? That is also possible, no? So we can have -3 and +1. So these are the two possibilities. Okay, let's look at B now. We need a +1 overall. ठीक है? मतलब हमें +1 करना है. We are at -1 right now. So -1 right now. So we need a +2. Now +2 we can have is by doing +1 and +1. Right? Hold on. Just give me a moment because I'm getting cases and I don't have any more additional statement. We can have +3 -1 भी हो सकता है. Okay, let's write down the cases. We can have +1 and +1. This will give us an overall +1, or I can simply add 3 to it and subtract 1 further. So -1 is -2, +3 is +1. Getting two cases. Okay, let's look at Charu. We need -3. -3 तो ये fix है कि ये दोनों -1 होगा. That means they both are supposed to be maybe low or maybe high. Because if all 4 are high, then also you get a -1. So I don't know high or low right now. Okay, we need a -3. That would mean again we will need 2 -1s. Okay. So in round 4 we have that. Do we have a -3 +1 -1 -1? No. Do we have -3 +3 and -1 -1? Do we have -1 +3 -1 -1? We do have that. And do we have -1, +1 and 3 times -1? No. So out of the combination of A and B in round number 5, 6, 4, jo bhi round ho, we can say that the only possibility we can have is -1 +3 -1 -1. This is the only one that exists. No other combination exists, right? So this one has to be -1. Let's put -1 here. And this one is going to be +3. So ये हमारा +3 हो गया. As in, this is high and these three are low, right? Okay. Next, do we have 2 + 1 and 2 - 1? No. Do we have single +1 and 3 - 1? No. Can we say the only possibility we can have is if all four are -1? So all four are -1, that means all are going to be high. So -1 -1, this will make it high, 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 high. Which round? No idea. So round number 4 is which out of these three? Round number 5 कौन सा है? Round number 6 कौन सा है? वो हमें कुछ नहीं पता. Right? Let's look at the questions. What were the bids by ABCD in the first round? So it is HLLH, HLLH, D option. Next, in how many rounds did Arun bid high? So Arun ka H we can see in 4 rounds, right? Round 1, 2, 4 and 6. So 4 rounds. Okay. In how many rounds did B bid low? So B bid low in all except for 5th and 6th. तो 6 में से 2 पे high था तो 4 पे low था. So B bid low in 4 rounds. ये इसका भी आंसर 4 ही होना चाहिए. Okay. Next, in how many rounds did all 4 players make identical bids? So I think that we had 2 such rounds, isn't it? Round number 3, सारे low थे, and which round? 4, 5 or 6, no idea, पर एक चारों high थे. Identical bids, all 4 of them. So there were 2 such rounds where all 4 players made identical bids. Okay, in how many rounds did Deepak gain exactly 1 point? So let's check Deepak. Deepak gained exactly 1 point in only 1 round, which was round number 3. बाकी सब में -1 या 2 है. So this is exactly 1 round. Next, in which of the following rounds was Arun definitely the only player to bid high? Definitely. So we know that it was round number 2, जहां पर Arun was the only player to bid high. There was one more round which could be 4, 5 or 6, ये वाला जिधर Arun is again going to bid high, but we don't know specifically कौन सा round है. So it was round 2, right? Answer for 10th, second round. That's all. Sorry, I have to hide myself the entire session today because the sets were, they were taking up the entire space. या तो आप फिर मेरा चेहरा देखते या फिर set. So anyone who is new to BYJU'S exam prep, you can download our app. The link to download is given in the chat as well as in the description. And once you download it, you can put in your contact number and you can unlock 3 days free trial access of our app. You can enroll in our CAT 2023 CAT and non-CAT test series, which includes more than 80 mocks, 10,000 practice questions, 3 all India open mocks, video solutions to all the questions and the detailed mock analysis, sabhi kuch. Right? Meet our CAT 2022 toppers. Very soon we will release our CAT 2023 toppers. Okay. Please make sure that you attempt this All India Open Mock CAT, which is scheduled from 27th. Yesterday it began. It will go on until 5th of November. And this is the last All India Open Mock. Okay, so do not forget to register for this and attempt the paper. 29th October, that is tomorrow at 11 a.m., Mr. Vikrant is going to take a session for CAT 2024 aspirants, how to ace VRC in 12 months. So he's going to give you the timeline. He's going to tell you from where to study VRC, how many sets you are supposed to solve, all of that. So make sure that you register for this workshop. It's an interactive workshop wherein you can ask your queries. And these are our social media handles. Please do not forget to check them out. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Excuse me. I'll see you again with another session on LRDI. Until then, take care.